Welcome to Christian Statesman. I'm your host, Zach Wagner, and this is episode 94, Summer of Love. The weather is warming up. Spring is in full swing, and we are not far off from official summer activities. But what sort of summer can we expect? If we recall last year, several politicians and pundits described Antifa roaming the streets of cities such as Portland, St. Louis, and Minneapolis as a summer of love. Such love indeed, as Soros-funded, Marxist-oriented mobs roamed the streets looking for ways to cause trouble and disrupt polite society with plenty of looting and burning, all in the name of justice. What might we expect this summer? It does not take much for the media to drum up or concoct an incident to get the juices flowing for such radicals. Someone somewhere is always running afoul of the law. The press awaits with bated breath for the next person of color to have a run-in with police where deadly force is exercised. In most cases, force has been within the bounds of standard law enforcement procedures. That will not deter an activist press, bound and determined to declare the next victim a martyred saint and victim of racism endemic within the police. The narrative is always the same. The average somnambulant TV viewer likely believes every agency in the nation is out to get people of color. Of course, nothing could be further from the truth, and 99% of all law enforcement professionals and other first responders are dedicated to their craft and seek to actually protect their communities. There is always the occasional bad apple, but they usually get weeded out fairly quickly. This is especially true in conservative areas. It is more than coincidence that when we do find the occasional troublesome department, they always seem to be in a deep blue city. Law enforcement reflecting the corrupt nature of their political overseers, perhaps? There is a high correlation. On the other side of the equation, we hear such sources as Juan O'Savin, Sidney Powell, Simon Parks, and others declaring that the majority of the military has decided the election was in fact interfered with by foreign sources and are backing Trump. This implies a dual system of government with Biden working the civilian side of things and Trump the military. There are actually many data points to support this premise, though it is hard to see it in public, since mainstream media perpetuates Biden's current fragile realities. Juan O'Savin has said specifically in recent interviews that we will see the resurgence of Trump play out over the summer. The implication of these comments is that those who perpetuated election fraud and an attack on our systems will be brought to account. We've been hearing this for a while, but how might that actually play out if true? And what sort of reaction might we expect from those countervailing forces that we saw in the streets last summer? Or from some of the other bad actors currently waiting in the wings for an opportunity to become active? This summer could turn out to be quite the adventure, and not the sort of adventure one necessarily looks forward to. The dynamics in play suggest the dog days of summer ahead may erupt into widespread unrest and conflict. Throw in the inevitable false flag or two and you could really have things popping. Make your vacation plans early and hope for the best. We are in a brief respite, a time of peace and quiet where all things seem calm and trending towards a return to a previous normal. Our advice here at Christian Statesman: hope for the best, but do not get too comfortable. Underneath the surface, behind this supposed normality, are tensions at every point of the compass. It cannot continue to build pressure without eventually spilling over into the public arena. We always hope and pray for peace. We would actually like to see a summer filled with love, a summer where people can reunite, enjoy their freedoms, and work and play in unmolested peace. The unfortunate reality is that we have a set of circumstances built around us that is corrupting our systems at every level, based on the quest for a great reset pointing the way to an eventual world government, which will not allow us an extended period of calm. Expect the waters to regain their turbulence here very shortly. This summer may be, unfortunately, a summer not filled with love on the public stage. Let's all make sure, if that is the case, that love does prevail in our homes and local communities wherever possible. Thank you for being with us today. Please subscribe, and as always, have a blessed day.